What's up, guys? Rob here, Front Row Live Entertainment. I'm hanging out backstage with August Alsina. I've been trying to get at you for a minute, so I'm glad this finally happened. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How you?
Good. We're kind of matching right now, so
Yeah.
I'm feeling this.
We didn't plan this.
No, not
either.
at all. Not at all. We'll see how the next interview goes. So this weekend, day off, and we see your post with Chris Brown hanging out. Is there anything you guys are cooking up right now?
You know what, man? For the most part, Breezy is just my bro. That's my big brother. And both of us move around so much that, whenever I'm in LA or whenever, we both in the same place at the same time, we always make time to just kick it and do nothing, know. But of course, I think that creative people, especially with music or whatever it is that you may do, when you get with somebody that share the same passion as you of course you talk about doing things and you listen and kind of conjure up different ideas or whatever. So I think anything is possible, but for the most part, that's my dog, that's my homie.
It's just the way of life, right?
Believe that.
Now, I mean, you've experienced touring with some seasoned artists. You've also been outside of the country for tour, and then now for this headline tour. What has those tours taught you as yourself as a performer, and what did you do to incorporate them into this headline tour?
I think each and every day I'm growing, and really I just want to give more of me each time that I touch the stage, and of course I want to get better each and every time, but just as a whole with any tour, I was on tour with 2 Chainz. We was in, actually we came to Santa Ana, and now we back here in Santa Ana for my own tour. So I think it's more of the experience more than anything. Like, it's just like you live and learn basically. So you touch that stage and you learn, and you just more and more you see what the people want, and you just basically give them what they want. But for me, performance wise, it's not about this, that, and the third, or a bunch of shenanigans. For me, like I said, it's about leaving my soul with these people, leaving a piece of my soul with the people. So yeah, that's.
And let's talk about that. When you're setting up your show, your tour, for example, what is it that you do, or what is it that you really want to focus on to leave that imprint? So when they go home after each set, you're going home with them.
Man, I was taught never to put all your marbles in one bag, and I was always taught to never give anything so close and dear to you away for free, because if I told you what I do, then you wouldn't want to come here to see. So it's just like, come fuck with a nigga.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Now let's deal into the record, Testimony. What was that experience like for you writing it in the studio? I mean, you dealt with a lot of topics that are not easy to talk about, let alone open up for the world. So what was that experience like for you?
The Testimony is still going strong. And, we dropped it April 15th. Rest in peace to my brother. That's my big brother birthday, who got killed. And that's really the whole reason why I really do this. A lot of times, as artists, we already give so much of ourselves to the people that it's like, man, I don't want to give too much. And I struggle with that on this album, because I was like, I don't want to put all my business out there, or I don't want, I as a youngin', my story, of course, by default, is going to be a lot of other people's story too, my family and all that. So I never wanted nobody to feel like, I was, trying to degrade them or take anything away from them, or just put our business in the street. But at the end of it all, in my heart of all hearts, I just was like, if I could help somebody by, sharing my story, why not?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's really what it was for me. So I'm just trying to, touch a few people with my story. Like I just did the meet and greets, and these people, they pay their money to come see me, and sometimes I feel guilty. But then again, when I look back on it, it's like, man, there is a higher power, whatever you believe in, the universe, God, or whatever. I feel like whatever that may be to you, but for me, God put me in this place to be able to. He allowed me to have the opportunity to connect with so many people like me, and that's what that album is. It's really a fucking emotional roller coaster on so many levels. And honestly, though, I think as we go throughout our life and throughout our journey, that's what life is. It's an emotional fucking journey. It's like, one day you wake up good, and then shit, throughout the day you wake up, like throughout the day it might get worse. And that's what that album is as a whole. It's just it's a real story. It's it's real life. So
now in working with this, these emotional topics, was there any one song in particular on the album that was probably the most difficult for you to write, or even like it took you a while to actually be like, yeah, I'm gonna release this? Like
it's I think Benediction, the last track on the album, it's a lot of stuff that I say in there, as I said before, that I never wanted nobody to take the wrong way. But at the end of it all, I was like, man, you take it how you want it.
Yeah.
Like, I know where my heart at, and I know what I feel, and I gotta go with what I feel. And for me, not too many people get the opportunity or the outlet to kind of vent how I vent. And me venting is through through song and through lyrics. So at first, like I said, I struggle with it a little bit, but at the end of it all, it's proof in the pudding. It's like, you see this shit. If anything, I know one thing, that if it ain't right, it ain't gonna be.
Exactly.
And if God, the OG, don't agree with it, it ain't gonna fucking be. Period. So clearly, what I'm doing is cool in the OG eyes. So it's like, fuck whoever, everybody else, and fuck it if it ain't cool in your eyes. You understand? Yeah.
And that's one thing that sticks out to me about you, is that there's been many times where I've heard you talk about the man upstairs. For my instance, it's also God. So, but what is your relationship like with him, and was this relationship there when you were going through your struggles? And if so, how are you able to still keep that faith strong after everything you went through?
For me, man, my faith never wavered. I've always been this way. I've always believed in something bigger. Even at my lowest point, I've always believed in something bigger. And I also believe in something bigger now. Like, this ain't it.
Yeah.
I've been blessed with this, but now it's like, what else?
Just another step for you.
Yeah, because a lot of people get in the game, whatever it is that you may be doing, basketball, music, school, you get into the shit and you finally start to gain a little success in what you're doing. Or you get a little clout, get your rank up, and motherfuckers start, your chest get here now, and you start to feeling yourself, and when you begin to feel yourself is when you become complacent. And right now, man, is far from the time to rest now. Like, I just always knew that, like I said, there's something bigger. And throughout anything and everything, my faith is really what, kept a nigga going.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, a lot of people lose it when something bad happens. So I mean, it's good that you're still able to hold on to that.
Yeah. Of course. I mean, you got to. Faith and hope is all a nigga really wake up with in the morning. It's like hope is what gets you out of bed.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I fucking hope my day I hope it go well. I hope this shit be cool. Lord, I hope I ain't gotta fuck a nigga up today.
Yeah.
But that's what it's really all about, man. Faith and hope, and I believe that you can do whatever the fuck you want to do in this world. I just think that people gotta know that whatever it is, don't come easy.
Yeah.
Because I learned along the way I'm learning along the way that success is uncomfortable. It puts you in a weird place. But once you learn, and I'm trying to finagle and balance it and figure it out. But once you really learn how to, work through it, I think you're good.
That's good that you mentioned that, because that's actually leading to my next question. Now that you are getting the limelight, what is most difficult about pursuing this career, especially as a young artist like yourself?
Most difficult? Honestly, man, this shit is all difficult. But like I said, once you get... I'm just working on getting myself to a place where it's all about... I think anything and everything is all about your mindset and your mind frame. So I'm just working on that, because I think once you get that to where you need it to be, everything else it's just... It fall into place and it all become easy. Yeah. It's so difficult for me right now, because it's so drastic. And it's like people tend to forget that we human beings. Yeah. And it's a lot of shit that come along with being a human being. Fuck, like you're a human being. Of course. It's like everybody forget that, people, like, we human and you can't fuck up, or it's just a lot. I think to sum it up, it's like me being a very, very, very private guy. Coming into something new where I'm not allowed to be so private. It's strange, it's a different world, man. It's just about, like I said, man, figuring shit out. Definitely. I'm a thinker. I think all day, so
that's never a bad thing to do.
Yeah. I mean, unless you're overthinking.
That's true. That's true. So lastly, aside from your music, you've also been working with Nicki, and you're about to drop that music video real soon for No Love. Is there anything you could tell us about working on that video with her? I saw a smile as soon as I mentioned her name.
Yeah. Nicki, man, she's super. Man, she a G. She just a fucking G, and she's super fucking cool. And she really somebody that I can call my friend in this game. So the video coming, I had a lot of fun shooting it. It was a dope time. With scheduling and shit, man, we was both running around so much. I had a show to do after the video, so it was like a super long day. But the video coming, we actually just about finished, getting the final edit back and everything. So it's a good look.
All right,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Well, we look forward to that. We look forward to seeing you live tonight. And if you guys haven't copped the new record, Testimony, it's out now. And if you don't have it already, I don't know what you're thinking, but get it.
Go get it, man. Testimony is in stores right now. Testimony live tour right here. Hope to see you here.